Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us in our live chat series. My name is Stephanie Rivera. I'm a diversity and immigration reporter for the Long Beach Post. And for today's topic, we're discussing the digital divide with Human IT nonprofit senior programs manager, AJ Middleton. AJ, thanks for joining us today.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Yeah, so I wanted to make sure, we're talking about the digital divide is a very important topic before the pandemic, but even now more so, it feels like it's going to be very important to address, especially as schools are going to be starting for, college age K through 12. So I wanted to make sure that we are letting our viewers know about options they have who may not have the tech available, internet, computer, any of those things, families and other community organizations who serve these families in need. So I wanted to start, if you can just give us a general overview of what are some of the programs that Human IT offers to the community.
Definitely, yes. So Human IT, we're a nonprofit located here out of Long Beach. We have the mission specifically to bridge the digital divide. So we do that in quite a few different ways. So we have three main programs that we run where we help people get access to free or low-cost technology. We have a low-cost technology store to where if anyone is interested and has a need for a computer or a laptop, they can visit hitconnect.org and actually get one at a very, very low cost. Around $100 is what we're normally providing computers at. These all come fully refurbished with a brand new operating system, the ability to add some other offers on there for them as well. The second offer that we have is actually assistance in getting connected to low-cost internet. So we can help families get connected to whatever low-cost internet is available in their area, in both English and Spanish. We help through that entire process of getting connected, from letting you know exactly what's available to you, to helping you choose which offer is best for you, and actually helping you submit necessary documentation, fill out necessary applications, and actually ensure this is the best offer for you and you actually do get connected. The third service that we do offer is actually a digital literacy training, to where we can now teach computer basics, as early on as what a computer is, all the different parts, how to navigate the internet, how to use some basic email functions, to really get you started on these two tools that we can also help you in attaining.
And you did remind me of one point that I love about seeing on the website is that you do offer these services and programs in English and Spanish as well, correct? So folks who may not have, a lot of English literacy, they can learn it in Spanish as well, with whatever language they're most comfortable in. And then I want to remind our audience too, if you have any questions regarding Human IT or any related questions regarding the digital divide, please feel free to comment in the section in the platform that you're watching it on. So going on, you've been offering these programs for a while now. I'm curious to know how, since schools and libraries have closed, how has that demand changed during the pandemic? Are you seeing an increase of need in that?
Definitely, yes. So we work with a lot of schools here in Southern California as well as across the country, and we've seen such a dramatic increase in kind of demand to get these services. We were averaging talking to about 1,200 households a month before everything had happened. We're actually closer to about 4,000 a month since everything has shut down. So such a dramatic increase there, and that's really kind of speaking to everything going remote, whether that's school, work, needing to access telehealth, other resources remotely. It's really kind of just put this need into the forefront, and it's shown how many people actually need these resources.
Yeah. And let's talk about, who are these people? Who are those folks that can benefit greatly from the services that you provide?
Yeah, it varies. So it's really anyone who doesn't have access currently. So whether that's individuals, nonprofits, schools, we work with quite a few different communities, veterans, really anyone who doesn't have access to an internet connection or a computer in their home now is really someone who could benefit from this. We have quite a few different programs, and we can really find what's best for you, whether that's just a device, whether you need an internet connection and a device, or you need an internet connection, digital literacy training, and a device. We're really here to help. If you're connected with a nonprofit yourself, we're here to help nonprofits as well. Really anyone who needs this access is really who we want to make sure that we're here to provide it
to. And, I'm wanting to make sure I know that, schools are just about to start in a few weeks. For folks who are just hearing about this now, what's that process like? How long will it take from, making that call or text message to Human IT to finally having a laptop?
Definitely, yes. So it really varies on the specific person. We provide one-on-one assistance, so we want to make sure that we're really tailoring that assistance to what you need. So depending on the internet provider that you choose, that you feel is best for you, or the device you want to move forward with, will really affect that timeline. It could be as quick as, one business day and we're able to get a mobile hotspot over to you. Or it could take a couple weeks if you need to get set up with a different provider and we need to gather necessary documentation. It'll really depend on the individual themselves, but we're really here to help that through that entire process to ensure that you are connected, you do get a device, and you do have access to the internet.
And then would it be kind of a similar process with any community organizations who are helping these folks as well?
Definitely. So with any community-based organizations, schools, anyone who's has a community that they're in contact with that would need these services, we could really work with you to identify how do we best reach your community? How can we get the information over to them to really get that process started with those individuals who are in need? So we have some resources we could definitely provide each organization to start sending out as soon as possible, or we can really tailor a communication strategy with them to see what's the best way to really reach that community to ensure that we're really providing the service the best that we can.
And then I do want to make sure that I let folks know as well that you are connected with schools, with the school district, and promoting the service as well, right? And folks can learn more in their, I think, respective school websites. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes. So we've been working with the Long Beach Unified School District to really promote the services to those families within the school district who do need it. So there's different ways that families are receiving information about this, whether it's on their school website. There has been some information sent out by the district itself. So anywhere you see any information sent by the district on how to get connected to us to receive these resources, there's really a few different ways. You could text in, you can visit our website, or you can call in. So there's really a few different ways we want to ensure that families have access to really reach out to us and begin the process.
Perfect. And then I'll make sure I have my colleagues putting in your website's human-i-t.org, correct?
Correct.
Okay, great. Yep. And I want to kind of take it back to, with the pandemic, I know I've been talking with LBUSD school officials, just recognizing that there is a big gap in that digital divide, even within the school district. From a nonprofit's point of view, what do you think will take to bridge this digital divide that we're seeing right now?
Yeah, it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a really good partnership between many different areas, whether it's nonprofits, the city, school districts, community-based organizations, and individuals themselves. It's gonna take quite a bit to actually ensure that everyone gets access. From our perspective, and the way we would love to, assist is really providing that resource to ensure families know what's available to them, know what they can access, and really can continue to get access to this. So we're happy to work with, any nonprofits, the schools, the city, to be able to provide that resource out to ensure that everyone does know what's available to them, and it really is able to get connected to something that does make sense and is best for them.
Okay, perfect. And then along those lines, I know Human IT just celebrated its 8-year anniversary yesterday. Is that correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Congrats on that. And with that, you guys also announced recently a huge expansion, in my opinion, just going on to Detroit and, starting services over there. Can you talk a little bit about, why there, how that whole process was like?
Definitely. Yeah. So as you mentioned, we just celebrated our 8th birthday yesterday. So very exciting news. And we also celebrated last week our 3rd location opening in the city of Detroit. So now we're located here in the city of Long Beach. We have a location in Los Angeles as well, and now we're really excited to be in the city of Detroit. It's a really big milestone for us. One of our co-founders is a Detroit native, so it was really big for us to be able to get into that community there and be able to provide all of our services over there. But we're really excited. We just received the keys to our location last week. So very, very fresh and very new over there. We're looking to really build out that team and to ensure that, we're able to really speak to that community there and really provide a Human IT Detroit that really speaks to really the needs over there. And we're able to provide everything that we're providing here really over there to ensure that community stays connected as well.
Do you feel like there is as much of a need or even greater that you're seeing in Detroit?
Definitely. So the city of Detroit's actually the largest city, or the city most underconnected, over 100,000 people. So there's a really big need for digital inclusion resources over in the city of Detroit, and we're very excited to partner with so many partners over there who are already doing some of this work to ensure that we can really ensure that those families, those individuals really are able to get connected.
Perfect. And along those lines, I know we did get a question from a viewer just asking if you can, just to describe the scale of the challenge we're dealing with and why it's an important issue regarding the digital divide.
Sure, yes. So the scale of it, from what we've seen, is about 1 in every 4 households really may not have a computer or internet access in their home. So it really is something that is very large. It's not something that one organization or one person can be able to solve on their own. There are many people here that really do need these resources. And issues is a lot of it's cost awareness of the different resources that are out there, and a lot of education on really why it's important as well. So with everything going on now, it's really been pushed to the forefront. A lot of people are seeing the impact of someone who really isn't connected with, as I mentioned earlier, school being remote, work being remote. It's almost near impossible to stay connected if you don't have that computer internet connection in the home. So one of the big problems that we've seen is really just awareness, to be able to get that information out, because there are great programs, not only here with us, but really across the country on how people can stay connected. And we really just need to ensure that people know about them.
And I know that's part of what you guys do too, right? Because I know, either whether it's Frontier, Spectrum, they do have those low cost services. So you're kind of just connecting those to the families.
Correct. Yeah. So we help people get connected to various different low cost internet providers here in California, whether it's Frontier, Spectrum, AT&T, Comcast, Cox. All of these have these great low cost offers that we're here to help families make sure they're aware about and they're able to get connected to. So as I mentioned earlier, we'll help you through that entire process of getting connected, from letting you know all of those options to actually ensure that it's a service that makes sense and you actually get it installed.
And I know them talking about, or the question asking about why it's an important issue. That's something, when we kind of did our media collaborative in 2017, and that's where I first heard of Human IT when we interviewed one of the founders there. It's just, this is how you get access to, businesses or job opportunities, housing, education. It's just really helping folks with upward mobility.
Correct. Yeah. So there's really so many ways now with everything going digital these days. You can apply for services online. Telehealth is kind of a really important one with everything going on right now. As I mentioned, school, work, everything is really leaning towards needing a digital connection. It's almost near impossible to really do much without a computer nowadays. So that connection is just becoming increasingly more and more important, whether it's internet and a device. It really is becoming really into the forefront.
Yeah. We have another question asking if you can explain a little bit about the no-cost options that are available to our most disadvantaged community members. Some community organizations have said that even $10 a month for internet is too much of a cost to bear during this pandemic. What can you say about that?
Sure. So I know a lot of internet providers, specifically talking to the internet aspect of this, did a really great job of promoting a few months free for their services to really ensure people were able to get connected quickly. I know some of them still are running that. I know Comcast themselves still has a 2 months free when people sign up to their Internet Essentials program. There are quite a few that do the kind of those short-term promotions like that. There aren't a ton where it's just completely free going forward, though. After that, we're here to really ensure that we're able to get connected at a low cost. Although I know it's not perfect, that $10 to $25 a month sometimes still can be a burden. But we want to ensure it's at least a little bit more attainable for anyone. We at Human IT do work with a lot of foundations and organizations to see how we can subsidize that cost in any way that we can. We do really attempt to really make that as affordable as we possibly could.
Great. So even if maybe there is a internet provider who can only go, as so much as either 10 to 20, if you can connect with a foundation or another one that can kind of fill in those gaps, and it's more of kind of like picking and choosing where it can all really fit in.
Definitely. Yeah, we try our best. It's definitely not something where we can fill in that entire gap, but we try to fill in gaps where we can, whether it's, providing subsidized hotspots, working with foundations to provide computers out into the community. We really want to ensure we're able to provide something as low or no cost as possible. But it really does take quite a bit of partnerships across different organizations to be able to do that.
And I know the scale of what maybe a low-cost computer for a typical family to be able to get through Human IT, would you say about $50 to $100 on that?
Definitely, yeah. So we have a pretty wide range. So desktops as low as about $85, laptops as low as about $100. Depending on the type of device that you would be looking for, if you're looking for something a little bit more powerful, it's just going to slightly raise the price from there. But we want to ensure that we have an option that is a much lower cost than going on the open market and finding a brand new device, but still ensuring that it is accessible and it still is a device that's really able to access whatever that specific person needs to do.
And I know a story that I wrote about the partnership with Human IT and Long Beach School District a few years ago. was one where I think it was through a grant that Human IT was able to fund and provide free laptops to 75, I remember it was 75 qualified families. So that was something that's possible because of that partnership that you're talking about.
Correct. Yeah. So we actually have a grant, which is in the state of California, which is how we're able to provide a lot of our internet assistance program. And in certain zip codes throughout California, which all of Long Beach is actually covered for this. After we help a household in getting connected to a low-cost internet offer, we're actually able to give them a free Chromebook laptop right after. So if someone were to go through the process of getting connected to whatever service they feel is best for them and lives in one of those qualified zip codes, they get that free Chromebook laptop, which is amazing.
That's awesome. So just really be on the lookout, and we'll do our part as well as a media organization to raise awareness when you do have those options as well. And then lastly, I wanted to kind of touch base. We talked about those who are in need of this. What about those of us who may have old laptops that, whether we want to just take them to a recycling center, why should we go to Human IT and organizations like yours instead of just going to, recycling center for these type of products?
Yeah, definitely. So we really focus on reuse. So we want to ensure that those devices, although they may be older, they may need to be refreshed or anything like that, that we're able to reuse them. So we'll take, if the device itself is still in working condition, we'll make sure all the data is fully wiped on there. It's fully refurbished, a brand new operating system. It's cleaned up and it's ready to get redistributed back out into the community. Or if for any reason that device, isn't working, we'll take what is working out of there to ensure that we can provide that to maybe another device that was missing a part or anything like that. We really want to ensure that we're reusing as much as we can. E-waste is actually one of the fastest growing waste streams in the world. So we want to ensure that we're here not only for the impact to provide people computers, but really to provide that environmental impact as well, to ensure that we're keeping these devices out of landfills, out of third world countries. We're able to reuse them because they are still working devices, and there is someone out there that could benefit from them.
And then you're not only accepting them from individuals or families, it's also from companies as well, correct?
Correct. Yes, we work with companies, large corporations, state entities here in California as well as across the country. So we have a full service offering where we handle, logistics, bring all those devices in. We'll refurbish anything. We say we take anything with a plug besides appliances. So, servers, switches, large printers. It's not just desktops and laptops. We take quite a bit of different things. To see really what we do take, you can visit our website, humanit.org. We have a list of all the acceptable items on there. And if you are an organization or represent an organization or are an individual looking to donate a laptop, desktop, or any type of device, you can actually go there and start that process there as well. There's a quick button that says donate technology, where it's just a quick form to tell us what you have and really get that process started.
And I know it's also tax deductible, correct?
Correct. Yep. So we're a 501c3 nonprofit. So anything that is sent our way is tax deductible.
All right, perfect. So we talked about how folks can donate their old tech. What are some other ways that folks can help and give back?
Definitely. So if you don't have technology to donate, we can also take monetary donations as well as donating your time. So these are also great things you can find on our website as well. So if you as an individual or an organization would like to donate monetarily, there's a donate funds button on there as well. Or if you're looking to really volunteer, you want to donate some of your time to really impact the community. With everything going on now, we're trying to accept volunteers remotely. Once we're able to really accept volunteers back into our locations, there's really some options that really get you hands-on with some technology to kind of help out and see where that technology really goes and how it impacts the community.
Perfect. Those are all my questions that I had. Is there any other things that you want to share with the community?
I appreciate the time. One thing I will mention is if you are an organization and you have a community that you're assisting that could benefit from any of these programs, please reach out to us. We would love to provide these not only here in the city of Long Beach, but across the greater Los Angeles area and really across the country, where we can really ensure that individuals are able to get connected. Or if you're an organization that has technology, please consider using us to kind of donate that technology so we can make an impact not only here in the for the world, but also to individuals to ensure they're able to stay connected.
Perfect. Well, thank you again, AJ Middleton, a senior programs manager with Human IT. Appreciate you taking the time to be with me.
Yes, thank you very much.
And then we don't have any more live chats tomorrow, but we start again at the beginning of next week. So thank you, everyone who is joining us. And if you have any more questions or want any more information about Human IT, again, it's human-i-t.org.